My name is Sydney Simchek. Over the course of this semester, we have been analyzing AMC Entertainment Holdings, Inc., otherwise known as AMC Theaters or just AMC. AMC is a theatrical exhibition company. It owns, operates, and has interests in theaters primarily in the U.S. and Europe. AMC has the largest share of the U.S. theater market ahead of Regal and Cinemark theaters. Pre-COVID, AMC was struggling due to the increase in popularity of streaming services. The pandemic only made matters worse, causing fear that AMC might go bankrupt. AMC still has concerns that they will have to file for bankruptcy. However, AMC is a leader in innovation, and they've been coming up with new ideas that will hopefully diminish their bankruptcy fears in the future. As stated in AMC's vision statement, AMC is dedicated to pioneering a new way of thinking about theatrical exhibition as a consumer entertainment provider. They incorporated a strategic customer-oriented strategy to fulfill this vision. Comfort and convenience are implemented by offering recliner seating while also making the purchasing process easier through open-source internet ticketing and reserved seating. AMC also offers a variety of food options, including bars and restaurants at some locations. AMC does a great job of working towards its mission. AMC's mission statement is, "We make smiles happen." Customers are very loyal to AMC, which indicates they are pleased with what AMC offers. When it comes to AMC's value statement, to provide out-of-home entertainment experience for moviegoers, they do just that. Customers can't have the same experiences at home or even at other movie theaters. From reclining seats to various concession options, AMC's amenities are unbeatable. To gain a better understanding of AMC, we're going to go all the way back to 1920 when AMC was founded. AMC Theaters was formed in 1920 by Maurice Edward and Barney Dubinsky. After only 12 years, it encompassed 40 theaters in Kansas and Missouri, making it one of the largest businesses of its kind in the Midwest. In 1968, the theater name was changed to American Multi-Cinema, or AMC. 1981 was when AMC introduced the first cup holder armrest. By 1999, AMC had 2,800 screens. AMC and Hollywood.com Inc., a website for movies and entertainment, joined forces to sell movie tickets over movietickets.com in 2000. Also in 2000, AMC co-founded online ticket services to add convenience to even the busiest AMC theaters. In 2002, AMC was the first in the industry to introduce gift cards. Not only would it work at your local theater, it would work at all AMC locations and affiliated theaters. In 2004, AMC Theaters was acquired by Markway Holdings, Inc. In 2007, AMC partnered with IMAX to bring approximately 125 IMAX large-screen digital projection systems to AMC locations around the country. In 2008, AMC launched Dine-In Theaters. The concept allows guests to order restaurant-style food with the push of a button from the comfort of their own luxurious movie seats. In 2009, AMC partnered with Sony and Real ID to implement digital and 3D technology. In 2011, AMC launched its AMC Stubs Rewards program, which provided members with new benefits like concession upgrades and dollars back for every dollar they spend. In 2012, AMC Theaters was acquired by Wanda Group, making Wanda the world's largest cinema chain. In 2013, AMC went public on the New York Stock Exchange. Also in 2015, AMC and Dolby partnered to create Dolby Cinema at AMC, a premium large format experience that includes Dolby Vision laser projection, Dolby Atmos sound, and AMC's comfortable power recliners. In 2016, AMC purchased Carmike Cinemas, making it the largest cinema chain in the United States. In October 2019, AMC began to offer on-demand rentals and purchases of digital film releases. On March 18, 2020, AMC announced the closure of all of its theaters due to the COVID-19 pandemic. On June 3, 2020, AMC stated that it had substantial doubt that it would remain in business. On August 20th, 2020, AMC began the process of reopening selected locations in the United States where allowed under local health orders. On November 11, 2021, CEO Adam Aron announced plans for AMC to accept Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. AMC has also started showing music concerts, NFL games, and UFC fights, and has announced plans to potentially add other sports.
Hi, my name is Mark Rickard, and I'll be talking about the macro-environmental analysis, or better known as the pestle analysis, we performed upon the movie theater industry. So first, let's talk political and legal. Up until recently, I wouldn't have said that the government had a large impact on the movie theater industry. Yeah, they have some regulations on, political content, and there's some laws that protect intellectual property rights. But up until the recent COVID-19 regulations, I wouldn't have said there was much of an impact. We all know that during COVID-19, theaters were forced to shut down for many months, costing them several millions of dollars, and employees who seeked out better job opportunities during the shutdown. Inflation has had an economic impact upon the movie theater industry. We all know with the higher cost of things, people have a lower disposable income. With a lower disposable income, there's less things they can do freely. And entertainment is one of the things that many households will cut. Minimum wage increase from $7.25 to $15 an hour will also have a great impact on the movie theater industry. So most of the jobs in the movie theaters are minimum wage based, and we all know that this will be passed on to the consumer. Another economic impact has been in the unemployment rates. People either don't want to work or have found other jobs and they're struggling to fill them. So it won't come to a great surprise that the most impacted. Next, let's talk sociocultural. So today's society, there has been a steady decline in movie-going attendees. The younger demographic has always been the target demographic, and with that, they're also the most technologically advanced generation now. Family sizes are also larger and would cost more for a family afford to attend the movies than it does to simply stay home. So it won't come to a surprise to many as the technological side has greatly impacted the movie theaters. So let's think about it for a second. We all carry our smartphones, we all have internet, and we all have streaming services. This has greatly impacted movie theater attendees. We all have the ability to watch what we want, when we want, from wherever, making movie theaters less desirable places to be. So simply from 2018, there's 15% of people preferred to stream movies. And in June of 2020, that went up to 36%. I can only imagine what the data is now. So lastly, we'll touch on the environmental issues. We all live in a world that has increasingly taken our environment into consideration, and the movie industry creates tons of waste, whether that be from the front of the house, popcorn bags, soda cups, and that type of trash, to the actual filming of the movies. It has actually polluted plenty of places. So to sum up the pestle analysis, we would say that streaming is probably the number one issue, followed up by inflation and ticket prices, and the fact that people would rather stay home to watch movies.
Hi, my name is Sarah Berman. I'm going to be talking about the industry analysis of AMC. To start off, I'm going to talk about Porter's analysis, which are the 5 forces that make up the competitive environment. The 5 forces include the threat of new entrants, bargaining power of buyers, threat of substitute products, bargaining power of suppliers, and rivalry among competitors. AMC has many rivals and substitutes in the movie theater industry. Their top 5 rivals and substitutes are Netflix, which is a substitute, Disney Plus, which is also a substitute, Regal, which is a rival, Cinemark, which is also a rival, and Vizio, which is another substitute. The substitutes that we discussed are streaming platforms where you can watch movies and TV shows at any time, in any place, which is why they pose a very big threat to AMC as a company. The rivals, on the other hand, are just other movie theaters that are also very popular. We discussed the intensity of the 5 forces and what we thought had the greatest intensity and what we thought had the lowest intensity. This was based on how big of an impact it had on AMC as a company. We thought substitutes had a very high intensity, mainly because of their low switching costs and also the extreme popularity that they have right now, especially since COVID. Many people want to stay at home and it's just a lot more flexible. We also thought suppliers had a very high intensity because what suppliers provide is necessary for the movie theaters to run. We then thought that rivals had a medium intensity. This is due to the fact that there are very few rivals, and also AMC holds the competitive advantage over those rivals, so they don't pose a very big threat, but they are still there. We then thought that buyers had a low intensity. This is because an individual buyer is not going to have a very big impact on AMC as a whole, and then also the bargaining power of buyers is also very low. Lastly, we thought that new entrants was also a low intensity. This is due to the fact that there's a high cost of obtaining a new theater, and also the product differentiation is really low. We also did an effective factor evaluation, and we figured out AMC's biggest opportunities and also their biggest threats. We noticed that AMC had a lot less opportunities than they did threats, but the opportunities that we determined were that the COVID-19 restrictions are lifting, which gives theaters a lot more opportunities for new things now that people are actually leaving their house, and also there's not a big threat of entrance, which is also a big opportunity. The threats that we determined for AMC were that streaming is becoming very popular, and like I said, it's a really big substitute, and it's taking a lot of money from the theaters. We also thought that the economic recession that's going on right now due to COVID-19 is also a threat to AMC, and also the lack of new movies coming out from suppliers is also a big threat. Some of the new movies are being sent directly to the streaming services rather than being released to the movie theaters first, which is why they don't have as many movies right now. We also thought the minimum wage increase was a threat, and the inflation is also a threat to movie theaters.
Hi, my name is Cassidy Wind. Next we will be discussing AMC's internal analysis. An internal analysis is how a company operates, what they value, and what they have control over. This includes their core competencies, or what they are distinctively good at, their resources, which can be tangible or intangible, and their capabilities, which are developed through these resources. So when we look at a firm's internal analysis, we focus on their major internal strengths and their major internal weaknesses. So some of AMC's major internal strengths include their luxury seating. They are very well known for their reclining chairs, in which they attempt to provide a comfortable experience for their consumers. AMC also offers various concessions, which enhances their food and beverage options, with over 100 to choose from, and this aligns with their core competencies. AMC also has excellent customer engagement and loyalty. Their loyalty programs engage customers with discounts, brand deals, which can all be done through their app. AMC also has strong technological resources, such as Real 3D, IMAX, 4K resolution, and high-quality sound and screen projectors. In turn, these capabilities are developed through this technology and provide a high-tech experience for their customers, which makes them very distinct from other firms. And they also have the largest theaters. They have 14.7 screens compared to the industry average of 7.4. They have 342 locations in North America and 86 in China. This provides diverse categories for customers to choose from. The large theaters are a major tangible resource because this gives them the capability to provide a space and a theater for their customers to enjoy their experience in multiple locations and multiple genres. AMC also has some major internal weaknesses, and this mostly has to do with their financial performance. A factor that affected AMC's internal weakness in their financial performance was COVID-19. Within lockdowns, customers were not able to attend the theaters, and when lockdowns were lifted, attendance rates were still very low. So AMC is currently in significant debt. They have had a loss of revenue as their stock market is currently plummeting. The holders of AMC's common stock are at risk of losing their investment if this bankruptcy or the liquidity proceeds. And when looking at the ratio analysis, AMC has a very low debt to equity ratio at now negative 2.06, recorded in September of 2022. So, therefore, when debt to equity ratio is negative, the company has more liabilities than assets and makes the company extremely risky. And therefore, AMC should seek bankruptcy protection. Overall, AMC has many internal strengths, including their luxury seating, their various concession options, their large theaters, and their ability to engage their customers. They also have some major internal weaknesses as well, including their financial performance, which is a huge factor when looking at their internal analysis in order to stay successful in the industry.
I'm Kyle Karinji. Some weakness and opportunity strategies of AMC could be that the movie popularity ticket sales are low during times of unlikable movies during COVID-19 restrictions that are finally starting to go away. And the resulting strategy of this is since COVID restrictions are starting to go away, AMC is more likely to freely combat the issue. But periods on unlikable movies, more restrictions make it harder to come up with likable content. AMC is another weakness. AMC is on the brink of bankruptcy as cash flow and stock price plummet. COVID-19 restrictions are finally starting to go away. Since COVID-19 restrictions are starting to go away, movie ticket sales should begin to go up again, thus hopefully resolving some of money issues that may lead to AMC's bankruptcy. Since there's not a huge threat of new entrants, AMC can work on earning money without new competition to move them away from potentially going bankrupt. With AMC on the brink of bankruptcy and streaming services becoming a more popular alternative to the movie theater, resulting strategy could be securing more funding or investors to create innovative products to bring people in. With lack of new movies from suppliers, AMC can draw customers in even in times of unlikable movies by possibly re-showing old movies or offering deals. Lack of new movies from suppliers shouldn't affect AMC as much. With selected strategies, AMC could implement more safety protocols to make people more comfortable and feel safer when attending the movie. Also, AMC can partner with developing a streaming service that offers and shows movies of other popular options that they don't offer. Ultimately, we want AMC to move away from the chance of going bankrupt by coming up with innovative ways to generate profits. AMC is a dying market, and to stay alive, they must develop new ways to please customers. Because they have a loyal customer base, customers will be more open to purchasing new products or services from AMC. Securing funding from investors is a must if AMC wants to become more innovative. AMC must show signs of a promising future by switching things up a bit. The most important thing is that the COVID-19 restrictions are finally starting to go away, and that gives them more leeway and opportunities to either sell more tickets or find different ways to get more people into their movie theaters.
So here is the McKinley 7S framework. So what is the McKinley 7S framework? It was a tool developed in the 1980s to examine and analyze a firm's organizational design using 7 key factors. These factors include skill, strategy, structure, systems, styles, staff, and shared values. So to go a little bit more in depth, the style is how a company is managed at the top. It talks about how top-level managers, how they interact, what actions they take, and what their symbolic value is. The next one is strategy, and strategy is a plan that's developed by a firm to achieve a sustained competitive advantage in their market. The next one is structure, and it talks about how divisions and units of a company are organized. And basically what that means is every company has its own separate units, like the marketing team, finance team, accounting team, employees, human resources. And using this, it's one of the most easy ways to change the elements of the framework. Next up is systems. And a system is the process and the procedures of a company which show the business's daily activities and how their decisions are made. Their main focus is for managers during organizational changes and determines how it should be done. Next up, we have staff, and staff is concerned about how many employees that an organization needs to recruit, train, to motivate, and to reward. And lastly, and the most important one, is shared values. And shared values is the core of the 7S framework. It represents the norms and the standards that guide employee behavior and the company in general and their actions. And every organization needs it as a foundation. So now how AMC fits into that role. Skills. AMC is extremely dependent on their employees for skills. Their human resources team is one of their core competitive advantages of the company. The employees are trained to fit the role of positions that other companies might not be able to fill. And strategy is what AMC wants to accomplish. So as of right now, they are looking to add more safety protocols. They might want to partner with streaming services such as Hulu or Netflix. Maybe even secure more funding from investors. And on top of that, they could even show old classic movies that people love to see, even when movies that are coming out aren't what everybody really wants to watch. Structure. AMC uses a structure of their value and mission statements to ensure that it's efficient and it keeps the customers happy. And they realize that if they ensure that their structure is well maintained, they're able to recognize and fix a problem when it occurs instead of waiting and prolonging it. Systems. AMC uses systems to do many different things. For one, they use an external system to track spending, to track customer purchases at concessions or movie tickets. They also partner with Arts Alliance Media, and they agreed to a new software agreement to allow AMC to use their AAM screenwriter systems in every single AMC, which ensures that every single location will be the same. So that means problems and occurrences within the framework will be well maintained. Next up is staff, and AMC wants to ensure that their employees are on their best behavior and that they leave good impressions on their customers. AMC wants to ensure that their customers are well treated and that they're treated better than other industries or companies that they might go into. And style. AMC knows that their style is unmatched with the luxury seating, the unique popcorn that they have that is different from everywhere else, and the numerous screening formats help AMC remain on the top when it comes to the terms of styling. And lastly is shared values. AMC, for shared values, uses their vision statement, which says pioneering a new way of thinking about theatrical exhibition as a consumer entertainment provider. Their mission statement, which says we make smiles happen. And their value statement, which states to provide out-of-home entertainment experience for moviegoers. They use these because they provide a unique experience rather than a service, and they intend on following these statements as a way of shared values. It's no secret that AMC has more screening formats than any of its competitors, and that it has the most luxury options when comparing it to another movie theater like Regal. So because of this, AMC uses these statements to instill a shared value amongst all of its employees and managers,